Hi, I'm Hepanwana, and this here is Ascent. This is a submission video to show you Ascent, any percent or low percent. Currently, the any percent route is same as low percent. The basic idea behind this, we are going to play a Microvania. It is a PICO-8 game, so all glorious 128 by 128 pixels. Our objective is to get through this game as quick as possible while avoiding collectibles and getting the least amount possible, hence low percent, which also is the current any percent route. Time begins as soon as I hit a button. Also, audio begins as soon as I hit a button. Until then, we're kind of in this quiet standstill. I'll tell you more about the game as we get going, but let's get started. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So the game is starting, and we want to mash through some text. We are this guy. He is just running around this world. He has crash landed. The red blob there, bad news. We don't want to touch it. And so we are going to pick up 5 power-ups as we go through. Currently, there is no way to get through without these 5 power-ups. The first one turns our hands green, and we can now grab the top of ledges and go to new areas. Each of those torches I light is a checkpoint. If I die, I'm going back to that last torch. Fun thing, mushrooms. We could jump on them. We cannot jump over this collectible. It is one we have to get as low percent or any percent. We also want to avoid those spikes down below because they will kill us. And if we die, we lose time. In most cases, we might take 1 death abuse, but not in this route. It's only in the 100% route. And so the power up we got is the power to jump down very fast. The important thing about that jumping down very fast ability, we could fall infinitely, because otherwise if we fall, we die. That's a very tight jump back there. If you hit the ceiling, you will fall into those spikes. Like I said, we want to avoid spikes. That guy, we can never match his cycle good. By doing that hard fall, we could fall down that ladder without taking a death. By jumping down on these mushrooms with our hard fall, we could jump up super high. Now we're going to get the power to open vine gates. So if you look up here, these vines are opening up for us. And by opening them up, we could get to new areas, or in this case, an old area. But now we have 3 of the powers. The final 2 are coming up in the other part of the map. This game has a really large map for being such a tiny little PICO-8 game. Another one we cannot avoid, unfortunately. Once we get to the next screen to the left, we could go ahead and fall hard and fast with our stomp. And now we are in the desert area. We want to climb up, avoiding those spikes. Those spikes on the ground, they might not look like much, but they are a lot to our poor little buddy. Our poor little guy here who is turning more and more green. It is not easy being green, just as Kermit the Frog is now completely hulking out. Get this checkpoint and we will fall down here. Want to be very careful about jumping across. Controls are very deliberate in this game. If you try and rush them, you can end up in some bad places. Do a hard fall right here, fall down, and we are going for our final power up. The final power up is going to give us a dash ability, which unfortunately it's the last one we get, because let's just face it, dashing, it's what you want on a speed run. And of course, they typically in Metroidvania games seem to give you the best speed tech at the very end. And this one, it might be small, but it is still a Metroidvania or a Microvania. Don't dash yet or we'll hit that low spirit there. If you collect more spirits than needed, we are definitely not in the 100, or we're definitely not in the low percent, only the any percent, and we are wanting both of those. Back here, you might recognize this area, but now with our dash, we could get through here. Our dash gives us another cool ability, which is the ability to kill those red things. Otherwise, they would kill us. And then we want to jump across here, make sure our dash recharges, and we are in the final area. If your dash does not recharge, you will jump off cliffs and die, which is not good. We definitely don't want to die more than needed, and time is coming up as soon as we finish our last dialogue. We rescued 2 spirits. That is the least we could do, so this is a low percent run. We also finished the game as quick as possible. It's an any percent run. We are going to button mash through here. Once the final dialogue happens, we are now done. That is time. So we are going to get a in-game time screen. We use in-game time on SRC, but this was a real good run. 336, 2 out of 8. We did get every collectible or every power-up because there is no current route that will let us avoid it, but only getting 2 of the 8 spirits gives us a low percent. This is an any percent. This is a fun little Microvania. It's a Metroidvania with a really large map for being in such a small little package. Once again, this was a submission video for any percent or low percent. This is Ascent. It's a PICO-8 game. It is on itch. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you want a short little dose of fun in an event, this is a perfect one for you. Thank you, my friends, and I will catch you next time.